Hello, beautiful friends. It's Beverley Buckley here with the Love Your Life show. Woohoo! And today I have the most amazing lady chatting with me today. Her name is Leslie Black. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of background on Leslie and who she is and why she's on this amazing show. With Leslie emanates such wonder and gratitude. She's a delight in reflecting you the divine light that you truly are. Transmissions of loving, powerfully transformative light language that transcend the limitations of your mind. 2 decades experience in embodied heart-centered energy healing for your body, mind, and spirit. Transformational coaching to quantum leap you into freedom and joy. For ages, Leslie unconsciously absorbed others' pain, leading to a burned out heart and body, and I'm sure some of you have experienced this as well. She has a program that she's put together and meditations called the Heart Awakening, Heart Awakened, and became a love light, expanded infinite joy and freedom. Her colleagues and clients describe Leslie as a nurturing earth mother, and I can definitely vouch for this, oracle of truth, master guide, and a compassionate channel of grace. She's opening everyone's hearts, helping us all to awaken our hearts. I would like to welcome Leslie Black. Yay! Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you, Beverly. How exciting.
Thank you for being on the show.
Heart presence as well. And I'm just so thrilled with you doing this show and stepping forth and bringing this love and light so much into the world. Like, I mean, we're covering the globe here from south to north, right? I'm in northern Canada.
It's amazing. And I know today we're going to be playing with Heart Awakening, but we're also going to be playing with some light language. And I know that you're going to be obviously presenting or giving us a lovely meditation that you said actually came through just for this show. So I'm very excited about that. And then I also just want to touch on some of the before we get into our whole meat and potatoes, if you want to call it that, of our show, which we're going to be chatting about today. I just wanted to touch on some of the things that you offer. And obviously, just now we're going to go into how you became to be where you are now and what your journey has been. But I just want to let all of our lovely viewers there that are watching today, all of you out there, yes, that Leslie does transformational coaching and energy healing sessions. They're in person or via the phone or on the internet, via the internet. Obviously, in person would mean that you need to be in Canada, kind of, sort of. You know what I'm saying? And then she also does the person.
It's a big country.
What did you say, Leslie? What was that?
And more than Canada, it's a big country.
Unless you want to fly her out to your country to be there in person, I'm sure she won't mind. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll come visit with pleasure. And then she also does personalized light language transmissions specifically for you. And this is really, really exciting because we get to play with light language today. And if you don't know what light language is, we're going to be going into that as well. So Leslie, I'm going to say, take it away. Tell us a little bit about you, about how you got involved with this, what your past was like. Obviously, you had quite a bit of pain and suffering that you went through as well. And how did your journey and your path lead you to where you are now?
I can tell you a little bit of that because it would be a whole book, but thank you, Beverly. This is such a joy and to be here and sending much love to all of you who are either live and also listening to this in the future. So I'd say since childhood, all of my life, I've been searching to have a deeper connection with the source, with mystery, with the divine. That's always been a passion. That's been actually what has guided a lot of my life, my choices, my things that I've been involved in. I didn't fit into the mainstream very well with that, obviously. So it did cause some pain. And I picked up many gems and many beautiful treasures along the way. One of the biggest events, experiences that I had that I'd like to share is about how my heart awakened and the beautiful process that I went through with that. So it was a time, actually it's 22 years ago already, like time goes so fast. Our second child was just born, so she was not quite a year. And so we had a toddler, preschooler, and a baby. And we had just moved to Victoria. We had very little money. We had bought a house with borrowed money for the down payment, which you're not supposed to do.
Oh.
And we had no mortgage insurance, but because we were hopeful things were going to turn around, my husband had a new job. And it was the first time that I was not working. So I had kind of taken time out to be with the kids, which was a big risky thing for me. So all this had just happened. And bam, he was diagnosed with cancer. And I had the very clear impression that he wasn't going to live more than 2 years. And this was where there wasn't a lot of cancer happening yet. Like, it was early on. I didn't actually know anybody who had cancer at that point. And so I crashed. For me, it was all my beliefs about the divine, about God, about being supported. Like, they felt all challenged, because we had been doing a lot of service work before that, pretty intense service work with in other cultures, and I felt like instead of being loved and blessed, it felt like being really treated badly. It felt abusive. So I cut off my connection to the divine. I got really stressed, and I was breastfeeding my baby. And so I became toxic. And so she couldn't sleep, right? Because she was getting all my angst. So it meant that we didn't sleep more than an hour at a time, like for months and months. And I had this bouncy little preschooler, and my husband was really sick. But we were crashed. Like, there was no way out. And we were new to the city. We didn't have a lot of community yet. And during this time, I took a class, my first energy healing class. It was a healing touch class. And during that, I had an experience that changed everything. So it was one particular day we were doing a treatment that we were told was very sacred. And what it meant was I was lying prone on a massage table, and two people were facilitating a process where they reach up to the light of the source of God and bring it to the heart and then spread it open. Well, not just the heart, all the chakras, actually. I said the heart because my experience was all in the heart. They were coming into all of the energy centers or chakras in the body. As soon as I got on the table, I started, like, my heart started pounding, 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 pounding. Wow. And I knew something big was happening. And my intention that I set was to be completely healed, because I was flat. I had no energy. I couldn't function. And the image I had of myself was like, you ever seen a tree that's still alive, but it's been struck by lightning and the core is burned, like right through the middle? That's how I saw myself. So people didn't know that I was dead, but I was pretty dead inside, because I was, and a big part of it was because I was so pissed at God, divine, like, how could you do this to us? And so then when you have that alienation, that's the hardest thing, because how do you get nurturing and support and healing if you're cutting yourself off from the source of that? So what happened was, I'm lying on the table and I surrendered. I opened totally, this is it. Like, I'm opening for full on healing. And instantly, with this heart pounding, this beam of light came that was not related to where these two women were. They were off at my feet or something. And it came and poured, like this massive beam of light, poured into my heart chakra and was burning out all the dark, dead core. And it lasted for, I'd say, 10 minutes.
Wow.
And during that time, I'd hear voices saying, is she dying? Is she dying? Like, not human voices, like spirits. I thought of, some relatives and different people. And then I was saying inside, no, this is living. Because I could feel like this was like pure source coming into my heart and cleaning it out and recharging it. And then there was a process that happened where my whole body felt like I was being electrically charged, and like all my systems were being rewired. And I was buzzing and it was flowing through me like crazy. And that lasted for probably 10, 15 minutes as well. And it was so much in every cell that I remember, still I can remember, like 22 years ago, and I can remember that I felt my eyeballs vibrating at the end, my teeth, my bones, like they were the last ones to let go. So it literally went into every cell. So it was like a whole rewiring happened. And I couldn't walk for a while. I couldn't, I needed to take quite some time to let it center in. But once I left the class that day, that exhaustion was completely gone, like gone. And never came back. And I was able to right away start teaching my son how to ground and how to be calmer. I was able to teach my baby how to sleep. And
Mm.
I did healing work with my
Wow.
partner, and he completely healed.
Wow.
So within a few weeks, we went from being like totally crashed down to being vibrant and alive and healthy.
Wow.
And so that was such a powerful call for me, about the heart, and also that I had a path of exploring the heart and the power of that light in the heart and the connection to source, and how that flow changes everything. So awakening the heart changes everything. So that has become my passion and has led me. So I went on and took training in that modality and several others over the years. So I've had a private practice,
Mm-hmm.
doing transformational healing and energy work in several different forms, body work and spiritual work, and I bring in counseling as well. And then more recently, I've got involved in the Life Transform program. So I do transformational coaching, and I layer it all in together because I love bringing everything together and working in layers, and people like quantum leap really quickly. And for me, the key piece that I hold as kind of a focus is about the heart and the heart awakening. Because once we do that, and live from that heart space, it's like it becomes our navigating system for life. I have this image of the heart as a GPS.
Mm.
And when we do that, we live differently in the world, and our life is different. And that's when I love my life. That's when I see other people loving their life, is when they're able to do that.
Mm. Oh, that is just so beautiful, and so true, because I think if I think about a lot of the people, or even if I feed into a lot of the people that I've been in contact with, or people that are also energy healers, or that work with a lot of this information, it is really very much about the heart. And I love that you've got specific processes to allow people to actually get into that space, because some people, they go, okay, I must love myself. How do I do that? Or okay, I must awaken my heart. How do I do that? How? Because the mind has to know how. And
Exactly.
you obviously know exactly how, even though it's not really a how, it's just an allow to do that, which is really beautiful.
Yeah. So there's more than one. It's not just a one track, obviously. Um, so part of it is that we have mental programs and constructs and beliefs that dominate us, and it's what the world values. That's how we value living in the world, is by what we think, and how we make decisions, and what we believe. I mean, all the conflicts in the world are about belief and programs, about in and out, who's in us and them, right and wrong, all that kind of stuff. So unlocking those programs is one piece. Then we have the layer of emotional wounding from, because we come into the world as love. Like we come in as everybody comes in with that love, with that light in their heart. And then, something happens, even as a baby, even as a young child, all these experiences of wounds, of disappointments, of frustration, of being blocked, of not being seen, of being held back, layer upon layer. Trauma. Then we can have actually abuse and trauma, which ups it even more. And with all of that, we start to protect ourselves, and we put layers of protection over our heart because we don't want to feel the pain. Like in order to cope with a lot of, if we're especially in a long-term situation where it's not safe for our precious spirit, that's pure love and that is so sensitive and so full of wanting to connect and be that light and love. And if it's always being attacked, then we instinctively, it's not conscious, go to protect it. We build up these layers, and then life reinforces it, that it's more the mind that's more real and more important in the world. And so we disconnect from our own precious heart, like from that beautiful light and love, which is everything for us, which is who we are. And it's why we came here, is to be that light and love. But we layer. So transformational coaching and energy healing is about like unlocking those layers, dissolving them, unwinding them, and reminding people of who they are. Like I see people in their light, in that love, like who they are, and hold that space for them while helping them to feel into like what they've done and to releasing it.
Wow.
And on the body, which is another piece. That's another whole talk we could do. What we do with the body, our human bodies on this planet. But.
Yes. Well, we're definitely going to be having another one in September, that's for sure. So we can get into that all in September, right? But another thing that we're going to play with today, and I'd like you to, because I know that some people haven't heard of this before. But before I do that, I just looked on the chat, and we have a few people that are saying hi, and I just want to acknowledge the people on the chat. So we've got Cyrilyn, we have Melissa, we have Joe is also there. So we have a few people that have actually just logged into the room, which is pretty cool. So if there's anybody out there, please say hi, say aloha. Let me just see here. Who else have we got? Oh, we've got Rosanna, Jane, Evelyn, Kumara, and Christelle. So I don't know if that's Crystal, probably Crystal. In South Africa, we'd pronounce that Christelle. So yeah, welcome, friends. Yay! And one more thing I'd like to just mention to all our friends on the call, if you would like to ask a question of Leslie, if there's anything that comes to mind as you're listening that you like, yeah, I really want to know what this is about, or there's something that's pressing for you as we're speaking, please type it in the questions box. We are gonna address the questions near the end of the call, so that would be amazing too. And then I've got Melissa saying, mesmerized by Leslie's hands, speak in light, illuminating a word. So obviously that's our cue to find out. Leslie, you're going to tell us what light language is, because I know that there's some people who might not ever have heard of light language and go, what the heck is light language? So give us a little bit of a lowdown on that fun little game.
Beautiful. That's fun. Yeah. Just for that, just add in. So in addition to what I named, bringing in like processes that help people to feel who they are. So that the meditation that I want to share with you in a while is part of that. So it's a gift that I'm giving for people to use on their own as well. And then the light language is like a supercharged activator. It's like so. I think I've been playing a bit with why people say light language, and I think it's because so much of when we're speaking, in the density, in the three-dimensional world, if you will, we're speaking at this really dense, slow level. Like it's like there's a wavelength. My son was telling me about. He studied computer music for a while, and different frequencies, that are lower frequencies, and how a computer does digital. And I think of the mind as being like that. It's binary, right? But when you get into like if you're in a full concert, it's so rich because it's acoustical, which is a whole different kind of holistic, circular kind of vibration. This is what the heart is. It's holistic. And so he and I were talking yesterday about, so what's light language? And he says, well, it includes all of that, right? And I said, absolutely. Like it's frequencies way above the acoustical, but because it's divine source, it includes vibration, includes everything. So it has the power as a frequency. It's not about, so I will be speaking in words that I don't know. They're not my tongue. They're not my language. There's lots of familiar sounds and words that I hear, but it's about the frequency and the vibration that comes in for us to like break these places where we're stuck, like really dissolve them. When people are really stuck, it like unlocks quickly because it bypasses the mind, it bypasses all the programs that we have and takes it to this other level and kind of melts things away quickly. And the other thing that we're seeing is that it raises the vibration of the body, of the whole human, as well as helping us to access our divine self. So because it's bringing in this higher frequency, and the mind cannot edit or block it. And so it and just as this. So and I sometimes get translation. Not, but it's not word for word. It's more like the essence of it, and sometimes not. But often I have a sense of what it's about, like the emotion, because There's sometimes emotional tones in it, but it's very loving. It's pure love. For me, it's pure love. And I'm told to say the source. It's from the source. And I was given the name Kuela when I asked for, is there another name? And when I looked up Kuela, I found it was in Malaysian. It's like the river meets the ocean, so like the confluence. But the picture they gave me was of this where a river begins, the wellspring. And so then I rested with that for a while, and they showed me it's the whole river, like it's the the alpha and the omega. So it's the source. So that's what Kuela means, and it's where we as a river flow into the ocean, which is the oneness. And then I was talking to a friend of mine who lives in Luxembourg, actually, and I was telling her this story, and she says, well, do you know in German there's a word Kuela? And I said, oh yeah, what does it mean? And she said, source.
Oh, wow. Oh,
so
wow.
I was not knowing, I don't know German or Malaysian, but I found that out later. So it is source. And I can also,
oh, I got goosebumps right throughout my whole body. Oh, that's so amazing. I love that, Leslie. And one thing when we had our first little connection a couple of weeks ago, I think, as we were preparing for the show, something that I really want to say thank you to you for is because obviously I've spoken in light language since I was like a teenager. I used to speak with my friends, and we used to play and speak, and I just thought I was speaking gobbledygook. I loved doing it, but I didn't understand what it was. And after we had our first, when we spoke on Skype, you mentioned to me all of these things. And since we've spoken then till now, I've been actually going outside in my garden and just speaking light language to the trees, and they're responding back to me. It's like I can, and I'm picking up their songs. So I touch their leaves, and it's like their tune comes into my mind. I'm like, oh, that's their song. And then I'm like singing this little tune, and I can feel its energy coming back to me going, yes, you got my song, you got my song. And it's like, and then we walked up, there was a tree the other day that looked like a mushroom, and I started speaking a little bit of light language to it, and it came back to me like, I can't even remember the tune, but it was something like, I'm a mushroom tree, I'm a mushroom tree, I love looking like a mushroom tree, or something like random like that. And it was so weird, but it was just so wonderful that you were open enough to allow me to recognize this. And the great thing about this show as well is that there's other people who might be listening or anywhere who might be genuinely able to, and I think everyone can, but we've just forgotten, just to start playing with this light language and recognize that it's such a healing thing for you to do for yourself, and nobody has to hear you. You can do it all on your own, and you don't have to worry about what people think, because I think that's where the fear comes in. And sometimes people, when they're hearing it, they might go, what is that? What is she doing? So we're going to be doing some light language here. So just really absorb and feel what comes through for you if you're watching today. Yes.
I know. I'm so glad to hear that about you. That's beautiful. That makes my heart sing. Yeah.
Thanks to you. It's thanks to you.
Yeah, I've had a few other people tell me things like that lately too. So, and I was speaking the light language when I was a teenager, but got scared about it for a whole bunch of reasons, about judgment and labels and categories, and it being associated like with a fundamentalist kind of belief system, and that was so not where I was at. I've done so I've written about it on my website, actually. I've written a piece. I was led to some research, and so I've written a piece if people want to know more about how it's been like in the world throughout time. In lots of different cultures, like shamanic cultures and other cultures, European, like all kinds of places. So I've written a bit about that on my website. So
amazing. Well, just give us your website. I know it's your website, heartawakening.ca. That's right, heartawakening.ca.
Yes. The CA is for Canada, because there is a .com. Somebody else has a .com.
Oh, darn. Oh well.
But I wanted Canada. I'm happy to have
you got Canada, so that's good. You're the Heart Awakening Canada. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to ask you now. Would you like us to do the light language first, or would you like to do the meditation first and then the light language? What is your feeling on this?
Let's do the meditation first.
Okay. All right.
we'll watch the time to make sure we have a good amount of time for light language as well.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, yeah, we're going to make time for it. There is a
No, I'm hearing back and forth. I'm hearing to do a bit of light language first, then the meditation, then more light language. That's what I'm hearing.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
Let's do
okay.
that. Let's do that.
My eye is
like
leaky a little bit here. I have a little leaky eye thing in the morning sometimes. Okay, yes. Yeah, and that's yeah, because I can't sit still.
I've got something from Sarah Lynn for you.
Okay.
She just said Leslie's light language amplifies her already powerful healing to cosmic levels. It's a gift to those of us who have received through it. Melissa's saying yay. Melissa's saying woo-ha. Melissa's saying heart. Rosanna's saying, Sarah Lynn's saying Rosanna, my heart. And Rosanna's loving everyone. She loves Melissa and everyone. So I'm just giving you like a little bit of a lowdown of what's happening, because everyone's rocking up on this chat right now. So excited about this light language coming through. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Leslie.
Yes, I'm getting very hot as well, because it starts to move through me. It's like I feel the rhythm, I feel a rumbling, I feel a rush of energy, and it's almost like sitting on a volcano at times, and it can get really intense. And then once I let it open and flow, it's like, it's like this is what we're meant to be doing. And it's about love. Like it's so loving. It's so from the heart, and the the source is pure love and just wants to bring love and joy to us. So it's very playful sound. So just be aware. Sometimes people think it has to be very serious, but and sometimes it is, but it's often very sounds playful and fun. So, and I think they've got some of that today because we're on your show. How can we not be playful? And Beverly's Love Your Life show. So, okay. So if you just let your body relax, everybody, and like let your body be open to receive, and bring your awareness to your heart, and tell your mind it can take a little vacation for a while, because you won't understand this with your mind. If you try to figure it out, it'll just frustrate you. Makeleka, pa. Pe aleko majidekelaka aleko mashikliko madakapada aleko kamashile kanabakaka. Alakakapa ay kamile diko lekonake beleka ay leko manini shimala laka o kamalaki Allah shimike matik o bata batibitliko o mashile ko pikilimi shimala kaba akamakap aya oine bushile kapai jamli kapapa machimli kapani ki badaka ala kamashili kapa manakapa de ko pana kapa ala kapa kapaka apaka kala shile kapai la kamaki kapata but can di siniki ba bala kapaka la kapa ala ino shibili kala pika menakepo de kapakai at kakabalo ala shina pa kukulekeke ko kalaka ko mati chikala oya lakiniko lakina oya leniko pai leniko machikliko meshilikino nabakai managiko alano padaka pada madakanikika lakiniko shiklika bako padiknika anami shikane baka Pakemone akamena amaka deko. Shinidi. Whew.
I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much, Leslie. I just want to just climb through the screen. I want to give you the biggest ever. Like my whole heart is like, how are you guys feeling on this call right now? Oh my goodness, this is off the friggin' hook. I'm so excited. This is so amazing. Whoa! Thank you, Leslie. That was awesome. Sarah Lynn is in tears. Melissa's saying namaste. So, like, I just almost felt like it was almost like I could understand quite a bit of what you were saying, what was coming through. It really felt like there was a bit of you speaking about magic there. There was a bit of like opening up your heart and embracing yourself and embracing all the brilliance that you are. Rosanna is in tears. She says tears of pure love, which is amazing. So, I mean, wow, I like my whole body is like, oh, I can't even put it into words. It's so amazing. And I loved, like, it's almost like some of it was like you were singing to us. Like some of it was like you were actually singing was coming through. I could feel so much more than just the words. And it's almost like you totally embody this very caring, like motherly, but not really motherly. It's like just like goddess mother kind of energy, which is so, 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 so beautiful. So, wow, thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's just such a delight. Like it's become like a real delight and guidance for me, you know. So personally as well, you know, when I'm feeling, you know, a little bit off, it's like it can bring me into my heart, into joy. So yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for your reflections. Really. Mm.
And then, okay, so shall we move into the meditation now? I'm loving this. I
Yeah,
feel like a
yeah,
kid in candy store.
yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's from the course too. Yeah. Um, okay, so if you want to have your feet on the floor, that would be the most helpful thing. And be comfortable where you're sitting. And I invite you to just take a couple of breaths and notice where your breath travels. And now take your awareness to your heart chakra. So that's your physical heart is part of the heart chakra, but it's the center of your chest, the spiritual center that in many, many, many traditions has been seen as the gateway to the divine, the gateway to unconditional love. So in your heart, become aware that there is light living there. Some people say the spark of the divine, but it's the light that you are, the light of your being as a soul, lives in your heart. And sometimes it gets buried, but it is always there. And so what we're doing is a process to help awaken that more into your awareness, into your consciousness, into your life. And invite it to expand to fill your whole heart chakra and move right through to the back of your heart chakra because it goes through to the back. And then I invite you to let that light in your heart chakra expand up to your throat. So that's another chakra through the high heart and into the throat chakra. Just, you don't have to know what that means. Just let it come to that area, flowing right through, and then up to your brow chakra, sometimes called the third eye, which is part of it, and then up to your crown above your head. And just let it keep filling there. So the light to fill every cell in your body, as well as your chakras, your upper body. And then bring it down, come back to your heart, and come down to the middle of your belly, your solar plexus chakra. Let that light up. So that's love, light, that is you, that is divine source. Let it fill that chakra. Then just below your navel, the sacral chakra. Then into your root, which is at the perineum and tailbone, and down then between your legs into the earth. Take a big breath now into your heart chakra and invite that light to really flow down through those lower centers and out the root, down through the floor of the building you're in, down through the foundation, and down into the earth. When we're working with energy, time, distance don't exist because we're out of the three dimensions. We're in the fifth dimension. So let this energy come like a light, a column of light, right down deep into the earth, into Mother Earth, into the heart of Mother Earth. Because the earth has not been called a mother or Gaia for no reason. The earth we are seeing as a living being with a beautiful, magnificent heart that nurtures and loves you and me and all of us and all life. All life is supported by this heart of Mother Earth, of Gaia, of Pachamama.
Mm.
And when you connect down like that, can you feel that connection? You actually have your own place. You are loved so much by Gaia, by Mother Earth, by her heart, that you actually have an Earth star place to connect in there. So let your column of light that flows through your heart connect into your Earth star that is in the heart of Mother Earth. And feel the nourishment for your body, for your human self, for your life that you can access there. And it's always there. It always is there supporting us. If the earth wasn't hugging us with gravity all the time, we'd be floating out in space. That love is so strong that she is holding us. So feel that kind of sense of Mother Earth and her love and heart connecting into you. Now breathe that up, all the way up from through that column of light, of love light that is yours. Breathe it up from the heart of Mother Earth, up all the way through your lower chakras, the root and the second and the third, and up to your own heart. And feel how it connects both ways, then the flow from your heart into Gaia's heart, from Gaia's heart into your heart. And then from your heart now, take your awareness up through your upper chakras again, as this column of love light, out through your crown, up way above, and we're going now into the heavenly realms. We've been in the earth realms, now we're moving into the heavenly realms. And without your mind at all, let your awareness just travel right up to the heart of the source of life. You may call it the heart of God, you may call it the heart of love, love that is everything. You may call it Buddha heart or the light of Christ, heart of Christ, whatever name works for you, but it is the source, the love that creates everything, that is in everything. And your heart now is connecting through this column of love light into that heart. And all the support and all the nurture and all the guidance and the joy and the empowerment for your life, all that you need, all of the resources for everything comes through that connection. So allow yourself to feel that coming back down to your own heart. So it's also a two-way flow. So feel now how you are connected to three sacred hearts, three divine hearts. The heart of the source, the divine, the heart that's in the middle of your body, and the heart that's at the core of the earth. Wow. And through that column of love light that connects those all, you are now in alignment. Like you are in full alignment as a spiritual being, as a divine being, as a being of light here in the human form on the earth, all lined up in alignment. Sense that in yourself. And I'm just going to share a couple of the profound gifts that happen when we are able to live in this space or connect into it for even a while. And the more we do this, the more it becomes our norm, our default. But when we're in this, it's like everything feels more flowing, more congruent, more graceful, more joyful. So that within ourselves, we love ourselves and we love our life because it is beautiful from within. What also happens is then that we perceive the world around us through this lens. It becomes our guiding system, our lens, and we perceive the world differently. So then we're attracting to us through that vibration. When we be this vibration of these hearts, divine hearts, and this love light, then we are attracting to us what is resonant to that from the world around us. So that's the true way of manifesting joy and love and abundance and health and fun and playfulness in our lives, is by being that resonance, and then it comes to us. There's probably many, another beautiful, amazing gift that comes with this is that then when we are in this space, which this column can expand infinitely, so it can be just close to our bodies or it can expand, we then see that heart, the awakened heart, the divine heart, the love in each person, no matter how they are behaving on the outer plane. So even if their behavior seems very incongruent to that, they are still that, and we're able to see that. Then we can just be that presence, and people then feel that resonance, not through their minds, but through their heart. And then they're invited to also open and expand to their own heart, to awaken to their own heart, to the love that's within them, to their divine light. What I've been shown over and over and over again on this journey is that that is how transformation happens in the world, in the planet. That's how problems are solved. When we live in that connection, in that love light, and we see other people that way, then there's no way that we could bomb people or go to war against them or steal their resources or traumatize and mutilate people. Like all of that isn't possible. It's just not possible. So it's not about trying to put rules and boundaries around people, but opening instead to who we really are, to that love and that light.
Wow.
And now, just to help anchor this into you more, I'm being told we're going to have a transmission. So the light language can do many things. And so they're telling me they would like to anchor this in so that everybody on this call and who hear this recording later can hold on to this in a way that maybe they couldn't have before. So here we go. Malakalika, malakamo, bada, kineka. Ay shina kuna pi ke e alaka ay lenen ne kapai ay ne wala na oh adaka na ne tike o e oh me ya aleko ba na go ba ya Jaka ola ane o banana da kapa da kapa la da ka ala aka ala na da chige shene kana kana gombai na waya wish na ka wita na ka ala kana ka ko watch la ka ala ko ma ele ko na ne ka pa yaka Yakadosha nagapa aleko o pedeleka ma ay anananagapa shinagapa be di no pe kanakapa de kadiga alakadaka shikaliko pa eleko ala when chokana madekade madakatiko pa shalaka patika laka nishilaka lakona ne banage oy anika pa nadiko pa alika nakapa yashilaka she look on my other company gonna go ole no me go come le chinne kana pa aya ana kona ne kipa me kiki lika ai she me le kine to pe chine kamala ele komane ne ko pa ala kine po alla pala ne ko pala kama la koma ala kon chine le kona ni de go bala ashimi a ane o pe ne ka pa ne ka ula kine ne ka pa Menakeshini ka alaki alako meki ale shemo meka no balakamo meka lakopa a leke o e whoosh So now let's to help anchor this in, take a big breath, and I'm going to invite you with your arms to kind of scoop up all the energy around you and scoop it up like this around you. And come into your crown area, bringing that in, and then down through all your chakras, all through that column of light, all the way down to just below your navel, to your dantian. Put both hands there, and let this anchor into your physical body so that it stays with you in this human form, in this body, on this planet, because that's where we are. That's where we are called to be, this love and this light and this radiance in these bodies. That's what we chose when we came here. And to fully be this here. And take a couple of breaths. Then notice how your body feels. That was some pretty heavy lifting in that. They were moving a lot of big stuff for people. Yeah. Yeah. It was big. A lot of the, it felt to me like a lot of the fear stuff and violence that's happening like in the world in so many places. Oh my gosh. And it felt like the fear that is layered on us and the worry and the angst and the despair that we feel is that was being cleared away. Like you can't take that on. You can't carry that. That's not your job, is what they were saying. Like, don't bear that. Be the light, be the light, be the light, be the love. Love you, love you, love you, love you, and connect with these resources that are there to support you so that you can be the embodiment of this divine light and love here in this matrix, in this planet, in this dimensional world. And that's what will melt away and change this density. When there's enough of the light, then it's no longer resonant and it will just disappear. Yeah. So that was part of what they were really bringing in today. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Wow. I mean, I was crying. Can you see? I was crying and the mascara's coming down and it's like shaking in my body. My body was like electrified there. I was really having like a proper activation happening there. And I'm thinking, so my mental mind is sitting here while I'm sitting on the show. I'm going, oh my God, I'm shaking. Oh my God, these people think we're crazy. But oh well, who cares? It's a roller coaster. And it's for me and it's for you. So if you were shaking as well, if you were crying, if you were... I don't know, all sorts of things happen. Rosanna's just saying, thank you, Leslie. Source always makes my heart smile. Rosanna also saying, yes, a lot of heaviness, fear left, and I am expanded and feeling loved. Melissa saying, my heart tickles. If you want to share your experiences, anyone, you're welcome to do that. That's amazing. It's just, and I felt that heaviness lift because I think a lot of us, we hold this tension and this fear and this... like you said, this violence in our bodies, and it's all around. And one of the things that I've recognized is as I've been working more on my own belief in violence, or healing within myself, I am actually seeing that less and less. I'm seeing less and less of that. I'm choosing not to watch violent movies. I'm choosing to eat food that feels like it's being kind to other beings. I think when you start to really recognize it and see it, you want to change and shift it throughout your whole being. And as you start to do it for yourself, and I'd like to, for all those on the live stream, as you start doing this for yourself, you're going to start seeing people around you all of a sudden, either that there's an outburst because you're not connecting to their chaos, or there's the opposite where they're suddenly much calmer. Have you had that experience as well, Leslie?
Oh, totally. I sometimes have been with people like even who are having psychotic delusions, and not engaging with that at all, that energy, but to be in this heart space and just silently beaming the love and watching people like suddenly it's like, what? They can't remember the delusion. They can't remember the fear. They can't, and it's just like, and then this kind of quieting coming down, and then suddenly like coming present and like being here. I've had that happen a few times, and that's really, that's kind of the unreachable kind of states is how we think of it. We use drugs to stone people so that they won't be having painful psychotic delusions. And that's often what is perpetuating some of this crazy stuff, right? The mass shootings and some of that, where people are so disconnected from their heart and from themselves. So like sending love and being love in that, it's powerful, powerful. And it doesn't have to be that extreme either, but yes, just in everyday interactions with our families, with our partners, with our workplace, being that resonance. I have a beautiful client of mine who worked in a really difficult work situation, and I worked with her, coached her about how to be that love that she is, going to the bathroom when she needs to, as her self-care closet, we've called it, and kind of recentering, because the day can kind of throw her off balance all the time, and to keep, we've talked about how being in this love light vibration, being in her heart, is the most important thing, and then coming out, and people are changing in the workplace. Like, it's a different environment now. So by being this, and it's not like she's trying or efforting to change anything, it's just being that. I just give this person as one example.
And I think
It's a beautiful model.
Yes, and I think a lot of people experience that and feel hopeless about being able to change things, because we know some of the things in the corporate structure or in work, it's not necessarily feeling easy to understand or be around that energy, and you aiming or trying so hard for yourself to be in this space, but then something triggers you and you kind of feel like you pull back in. But it's great to be able to know that there is a tool, which you've just taught us now. Well, I loved it, connecting into all of our chakras, and then moving into the middle of the earth, connecting to our earth star, bringing that energy up, connecting to our, I would say, soul star, something like that, and the love star up in the highest energy of the universe, and then bringing that all back into and expanding it out. It's just such an easy thing to do when you, like you said, you just quickly go to the bathroom, close the door, sit on the loo, well, with its closed, and then and then do it, that whole little breathing, and just let it happen, and it immediately shifts. It immediately shifts energy when you do that with the breathing. Thank you. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And then it's not like about us working so hard to make a difference and to change. What we're actually doing is looking at, what I love about this is we're looking after me, like looking after ourselves, loving ourselves, making our life more beautiful, like loving our life, loving ourselves. And then the world around us shifts. And compared to what I used to do, like when my heart burned out, it was from like trying to change everything, trying to rescue people, trying to solve problems, trying to I used to take on the pain of other people, and of many on a big level, take on the pain and process it for them, because I felt like that was my role. And I mean, that is really, really hard. Many of us have done that, and we don't need to do that anymore. If we ever did, we believed we did. But what we're being shown so much now, that it's about loving ourselves, being the love that we are, connecting with the source love. And then that is what transforms other people into their love, into finding that for them. Yeah,
So amazing.
It's so beautiful.
So amazing.
And you show, Beverley, is bringing this out into the stratosphere.
Yes, I think, and one thing I would like to do, well, I'm feeling, is it's been coming in. I'm like, no, but I'm just gonna go with it, because it's like I'm getting a message just to say, for me to speak some light language as well for you and for any of the listeners or people who are watching today. And it's a gift from me to you, but it's actually, for you. And I just feel like I'd love everyone to be able to connect with this within themselves and recognize that you have amazing gifts and talents and abilities. And if you just start to play with it, and just allow yourself to try it out, just to play, just to, that you could surprise yourself, as like I've been surprising myself, and I'm sure you've surprised yourself too, Leslie. Yes. So so I'm gonna I'm a bit like, I'm doing this in front of people. But I'm glad
Take
that
some
you're there,
breath.
because it
Yeah.
feels very supportive having you there, and I can feel the support from you and how you support and hold people with whatever's going on in their lives, and that's why I feel why I feel compelled, and I feel like I'd like to do this and share with you. So here goes. Masakila ninalaputa, bosakala nasituti, monarata lofatila, mokatita pofaki, mosani. Sanatala kiko, potala monakina, poreta kata, poneka, lapira kotelala, monakati, bosatalai, kapalikana, posikina kalapita, potakira potatila, norapa. Norapitu talatinaru, porakita, porakura, maraku.
Ooh, you transformed. You look different. Like you became this like priestess of love and love. Just as, I mean, not that you aren't as a human, but I saw this other dimensional, yeah, shift in you. Wow, like
Wow,
lineage. Wow,
sure,
beautiful.
sure.
Oh,
I didn't even
mm.
know. Wow, it just came as a song. It was like, woo, okay. Wow, okay, thank you. Wow, woo. I'm like, my heart is pounding.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Woo,
um, like the
woo.
heart is like a portal, right? It's like a
Yes.
gateway to the source. It's a portal. So that's where we feel it. Yeah.
Wow,
Ooh,
wow.
Beverly. Yeah.
Okay, well, so just a quick one then on your website. I'm just going to repeat your website again for anyone who is watching us or listening to us right now. It is heartawakening.ca. That's California, Canada, California. Where did that come from? Um, and so if you would love to connect with Leslie, she does these light language um, transmissions and activations. She'll do one for you. You can actually register there as well. And then you can also read about what the light language is all about. And obviously she also does the life transformed in either in person or via the phone or via the internet. She can do those activations and coaching sessions and healing sessions with you as well, and assist you in opening up your heart. So if you feel like you've got those layers upon layers upon layers, and you feel like you need to kind of get yourself to the point where you can also start opening, she's really, I mean, she's amazing. Look at this. This woman is amazing. She's like, I'm like, blown away. So yeah, I want to say thank you to you, Leslie, for being on the show with us today.
Oh, Beverly, thank you. This was so much fun. Woo. It's beautiful.
It was
Wow.
such a
And I'm
pleasure to have you.
grateful for you doing this. Wow. It's transformational for the planet, right?
Well, thank goodness for ladies like you, and that you're also stepping and being all that you are, because it allows us also to step into who we are and be more of who we are. And I'd love to say a great, big, wonderful, beautiful thank you to all everyone who's watching on the call right now live. It's such a blessing to have you on this call, and for anyone that will be watching in the future, thank you, thank you, thank you to you as well. We love you, and go for it and love your life. And Leslie, I know you're loving your life, yes? And you want to say a final bye-bye to everyone and lots of love?
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Lots of love.